Oh, I was carried away by her. Enchanted by her, as everyone was. And when I was married, I was told I was the luckiest man in the world.
Hello, welcome back to my channel where we believe that we can become 1% better by learning from so many different movie characters, stars and people around us. You see, there are people who enter a room and leave no trace. And then there are people like Rebecca de Winter, a name that is whispered long after she is gone. A presence that stains the air like expensive perfume. To be unforgettable is not about being loud. It is about being intentional, and it is about living with detail, elegance and inner fire. You see, you don't need wealth, fame or beauty to be memorable. What you need are micro habits, small daily choices that build an aura of timeless allure. And today we will speak about the key micro habits to embody unforgettable presence, elegance and personal power. Just like Rebecca de Winter. She is certainly one of the most unforgettable characters I know of. A true inspiration of mine, my muse and also my queen. And I have already made a video about this unforgettable character more in depth, so I recommend you checking this video out as well. And now, without any further delay, let's get right into today's video about the micro habits. So point number 1 is embroidered and personalized items.
I embroidered this case for her myself, and I keep it here always. Did you ever see anything so delicate?
Have things that carry your name, your initials, and your essence. Having personalized items shows that you value your identity. It makes your presence feel real and intentional. Things like embroidered handkerchief or signature stationery says, "This belongs to someone unforgettable." Even after you leave, the item remembers you. When something has your initials, name, or personal touch, it becomes more than an object. It becomes a reflection of you. Those items show that you are intentional and that you take pride in who you are. You are not just passing through life, you are stamping your presence on it. And whether it is an embroidered handkerchief, some shirt, a book plate with your name, or a signature scent, those things quietly say, I exist, I matter, and I don't just borrow things, I belong to them and they belong to me. Long after you are gone, this item may remain in someone's pocket. I truly believe that those objects become keepers of your essence. And this is how people begin to associate certain items with you alone. You see, I have had that my own entire life. There are things like dresses, perfumes that people associate only with me. I want to also slowly start embroidering my initials on my clothes to truly show myself that those items belong to me and that I belong to them. I think this is very elegant and a very special way to even decorate your own clothes and items. The Rebecca's monogram RW was everywhere on her handkerchiefs, books, stationery and even linens. And those were not random initials. They were a mark of presence, and after she died, they haunted Manderley. The new wife of Mr. De Winter constantly came across them, making Rebecca feel very much alive. So the idea here is to maybe use embroidered handkerchiefs, monogram, towels and signature stationery. And also invest in a signature scent and spray it on letters, scarves or your coat. This way people will associate this scent only with you. Also, we can have a personal seal, symbol or signature that says, "This is mine." Those really small touches make you real in people's mind even when you are gone. I also think that this idea will promote a more eco-friendly lifestyle, as having the things that you love of good quality and ones that are forever embroidered with your initials will only show and make you love them more, and it will maybe inspire more people to be more mindful about the things they buy and about the things they own. Then moving on, point number 2 is to dress well in quality materials. You see, the fabric you wear speaks before you do. Wearing well-made clothes in fine fabrics like wool, silk or cotton makes you feel powerful. It really gives us this quiet confidence.
feel this. They were made specially for her by the nuns in the convent of St. Clair. Did you ever see anything so delicate?
People may not notice that exact dress, but they will sense the dignity and care you carry. This is about self-respect, not showing off. The fabrics that you wear change how you feel. Wearing good materials like silk, wool, linen, or crisp cotton makes you feel held, important, and calm. It really shows that you treat yourself with respect. You don't need a lot of clothes, just a few well-made ones that feel good against your skin and move well with your body. You see, dressing well isn't about showing off, but it is about showing up for yourself. When you choose quality over quantity, people really notice a kind of quiet elegance in you. People may not remember the exact outfit that you wore, but they will remember the impression that you left. Well-dressed people command attention without needing to try. They become the standard others compare to, especially when their style is consistent and graceful. You see, Rebecca was always beautifully, effortlessly dressed. And she didn't wear flashy clothes, but she wore things that fit perfectly, moved gracefully, and made her look like she belonged in every room that she entered. Maxim and others describe her poise and polish. So even in memories, her style lingered. Rebecca was known to be effortlessly elegant. She wore clothes that fit perfectly and flowed with ease. And even though she never overdressed, people remembered how perfect she looked. Maxim memories often describe her as poised, polished, and in control, even when she was sailing or hosting. So the key ideas here is to choose natural materials like silk, wool, linen, and cotton. We can also go for tailored fits and timeless pieces over trendy fast fashion. And we can stick to a cohesive color palette that reflects your mood or mystery. You see, Rebecca didn't wear loud clothes, but she was always remembered. And this is because her elegance whispered, it didn't scream. Remember, elegance whispers, it doesn't scream. And this is the quality that we certainly would like to keep up. Then point number 3 is to build self-care rituals to quiet private beauty. Take care of yourself in silence with reverence. You see, taking time to care for yourself slowly and regularly teaches you self-love. It calms your mind and helps you show up in the world feeling radiant. It doesn't need to be fancy, just intentional. The woman who treats herself well naturally inspires others to do the same. When you make time for self-care, you teach your mind and body that you matter. Brushing your hair slowly, applying lotion with care, sipping tea with attention, those are all small rituals that restore peace. They remind you that beauty isn't just what you others see, it is about how you treat yourself when no one is watching. And certainly you don't need expensive products or spa days. Even washing your face with love can be a sacred act. People who take care of themselves radiate calmness. Their skin glows, their energy feels full and steady. They don't look rushed or chaotic, they seem like they belong to themselves. And that kind of presence is memorable. You see, Rebecca's room, her dressing area, her clothes, or her bed were described with such care. You knew she had really strong rituals. She certainly wasn't lazy with herself. Everything was in place, every object was chosen with taste. That kind of order only comes from daily devotion to oneself.
She'd finished her bath. She'd go into the bedroom and go over to the dressing table. Come on, Danny, hair drill, she would say. And I'd stand behind her like this and brush away for 20 minutes at a time. And then she would say, good night, Danny.
You see, also Rebecca was always described as physically flawless, her hair, her skin, her poise. And though the book doesn't detail her routine, it implied in how polished and put together she was always. Her dressing room untouched suggests a woman who valued preparation and ritual. Some good ideas we can take for, let's say, morning ritual is to drink lemon water, to stretch and moisturize slowly. Then for evening rituals, we can take warm bath with salts, we can do journaling and oiling hair or body. Don't rush your skincare, make it sensual, sacred experience. You see, the woman who loves herself deeply becomes magnetic. Not because others see her doing it, but because they can feel it. Now moving on to point number 4, pay attention to the small details. See, unforgettable people are detailed people. Details are the finishing touch. Clean nails, iron clothes, how you set the table, how your room smells, all those tiny things show deep self-awareness. People may not always name the detail, but they feel the difference. You seem sharp, composed, unforgettable. You see, small details show that you are awake to life. A woman who notices details is never careless. She notices chip polish, uneven hems, wrinkled clothes, and she cares enough to fix them. Clean clothes, fresh breath, neat handwritings, those say I'm present and I care. And ladies, this is not about perfection, but it is about loving your space and showing respect for yourself and others. And Manderley was a house ruled by details. Every cushion, every flower was placed perfectly because Rebecca cared. The attention to detail made Rebecca feel eternal. You see, Rebecca's legacy wasn't in grand gestures, it was in the way her bedroom smelled, how her writing was slanted, and the lace on her pillowcases. People really remember details, so be deliberate with them. Point number 5 is one of my favorite, and this is to wear lingerie for yourself, even if no one sees it. Wearing beautiful undergarments even when alone helps you feel sensual and worthy. And this is not about who sees it, it is about how you feel in it. It builds quiet confidence and feminine pride. This is a way of saying I deserve beauty even in private. Wearing lovely lingerie or soft undergarments even when no one will see them reminds you that beauty is for you first. It builds a secret confidence. It says I honor myself even in the parts no one else witnesses. Even a simple cotton set, if clean and thoroughly chosen, becomes a love note for yourself. This quiet confidence will show in your walk, your posture, and your mood. People won't know why you seem so sure, but they will feel it. When a woman knows she's beautiful underneath, she glows outside too. Mr. Danvers revealed that Rebecca lingerie was made of silk and lace, even though no one ever saw it. That tells us Rebecca believed in treating herself with luxury. It wasn't for others, it was her secret layer of elegance. And it certainly added to her air of mystery and sensuality. You see, Rebecca's intimate things like her lingerie, robes, and nightwear were luxurious. Even after her death, they were preserved lovingly by Mr. Danvers, who showed the new wife how everything was made of lace, satin, or silk. Rebecca definitely believed in beauty behind the scenes, not just in public. So ladies, remind yourself that you are worth of luxury even in solitude. Remember to choose soft, well-made undergarments that feel like a second skin. Lace, silk, and satin aren't extra, they are private confidence. Rebecca's mystery lies in what people imagine about her. Wearing fine things under ordinary clothes fits your sense of inner mystery. Then point number 6 is to develop signature things that people associate with you. So have a few unmistakable signatures that feel like your own watermark. When you have a personal symbols like a favorite flower, a certain perfume, or a phrase, you become distinct. People will remember those little things as you. This makes your identity solid and unique. You are not forgettable because you leave a clear emotional footprint. A signature item like a scent, a flower, a kind of jewelry, or a phrase makes you memorable. Those things act as little cues people associate with you. They become your emotional fingerprint. See, maybe it is the red lipstick you always wear, or the gardenia perfume, or the fact you always sing your letters a certain way. You create a feeling of familiarity and people begin to notice your scent, your jewelry, your sayings. You become someone whose style is specific. You see, Rebecca had the monogram RW and she had a known scent, a known favorite part of the house, a boat she sailed, and people did remember her by those things. Then moving on, point number 7 is to speak softly but intentionally. You see, power does not need to shout. Speaking gently but clearly shows you don't need to beg for attention. You don't chase the room, you hold it. People listen more closely when you speak with intention and stillness. This habit trains you to listen more, speak less, and choose your words with care. See, people always remember those who make them feel something. If your words are meaningful, calm, and well-spoken, they linger in the mind. A woman who speaks with quiet confidence is often remembered more than someone who talks loudly. And Rebecca had a voice that could charm and command. Everyone from her husband to the staff spoke of how powerful she was in conversation. She didn't yell and she didn't chatter, she controlled people through calm charm. Her words were her spell. When you speak with calm and confidence, people listen more closely. You see, you don't have to be loud to be respected. A soft, firm voice shows control. Choosing your words carefully makes people trust you and sometimes fear you in a powerful way. Now, coming back to Rebecca, everyone remembered how she spoke, that her speech was elegant, clever, and with command. She could charm anyone. Even Maxim admitted that she could hold a room, manipulate without yelling, and make people to do what she wanted. Her power was in what she chose not to say, but as much as what she did. Then point number 8 is to write, record, and leave artifacts behind. Unforgettable people leave behind traces. Writing helps you reflect and stay connected with yourself. A journal becomes your emotional home. You see, Rebecca's notes, letters, and inscriptions filled monthly. Even her signature in books and instructions to the staff were preserved. It made her presence feel real even after her death. And writing is a powerful way to reflect, remember, and leave legacy. Journals, notes, and letters become emotional records. People often keep them, reread them, and feel closer to you, even when you are not there. Rebecca's handwriting was everywhere, her signature, her letters, her notes, and I also have few journals that I have been keeping for years, and I think this is a very beautiful way that she's truly connected to who I am and something that will stay after me long after I'm gone. So the idea here is to really keep a journal, to write beautifully and not just functionally. I also like to stick some photos and some beautiful things inside my journals, just to decorate my items with my things or things that I like. Ladies, your legacy isn't only in what you do, but it is in what you leave behind to be discovered. And I am kind of excited for the idea of someone discovering my journal one day. I think there is nothing more personal about me than my journal. Then point number 9 is to live with mystery, not secrecy. Don't overshare. Let parts of your life remain your alone. You don't need to explain your whole life. Keeping some things to yourself gives you depth. People really respect a woman who has private thoughts, private joys, and quiet strength. You don't need to be distant, just guard it with care. And you become more powerful when you don't hand every part of yourself away. People are really drawn to what they can't fully access. And if you have an air of mystery, you become magnetic. They remember you because they never really figured you out. And you see, for Rebecca, no one ever truly knew her. And even in death, people argued about who she really was. And this mystery gave her a kind of eternal life in her mind. So the idea here is to share stories but keep something private. Post selectively, let your real life be richer than your online life. Know that mystery is not emptiness. It is depth that others crave to dive into. And Rebecca's power was in how she made people wonder, guess, and imagine. And we can also create that too. And then the last point number 10, is to curate your surroundings. Make your environment a reflection of your taste. Your bedroom, your desk, your bags, keep them curated and intentional. Even your digital spaces, email signature, playlist, phone wallpaper can reflect your aesthetic. Choose textures, colors, scents, and objects that whisper your name without saying it. You see, a beautiful life doesn't need to be loud, it just needs to be felt. So now, on a final note, to be unforgettable is not about being better than others. It is about being yourself so specifically and artfully that you haunt the memory. To become unforgettable, you don't need to be famous, rich, or loud. You need to be intentional, to live with care, love, and quiet pride. You need to make your presence felt through your touch, your words, and your scent. Rebecca de Winter left her mark not just through her story, but through her habits. through the way she turned ordinary life into unforgettable ritual. And you can do the same, one slow, beautiful, elegant micro habit at a time. And Rebecca de Winter had her darkness, but her magnetism came from her command over the small things. The hidden silk, the fresh flowers, the perfect letters, the immaculate home, the whisper of something just out of reach. And you don't need a mention or mystery to build this. You need micro habits, quiet rituals, private standards, and every day you will stitch a legacy into your life, so that when you leave a room or even this world, your name lingers. Thank you for watching, ladies, and see you in the next video.